Yo, what's up? And let me just get this out of the way right off the start. This video is gonna be for my streamers out there, but hold up, calm down. Before you click out of it, if you're not a streamer, I've considered this, and I don't wanna leave you out of the loop. So one of the tips that I present in this video is gonna be applicable to anybody. You don't have to be a streamer, just someone who wants to turn their gaming into a fun workout. So if this interests you, I'll make it the first tip in this video because I don't wanna waste your time. In fact, I'll do you one better. Here's the timestamp to that tip. But I will say that if you enjoy the channel and you want to support it, one of the best ways that you can do that is watch the entire video, and I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so my name is Franco, and today I want to talk to you about some of the ways that you can turn your stream into a fun way to exercise while also making it very interactive with your audience. A lot of these ideas use the channel point system on Twitch, but they're easily adaptable to whatever system your platform uses. You can even use some of these as incentives for donations. All right, let's get to the tips. Like I said before, I want this first one to be something that streamers and non-streamers can do to get some exercise out of whatever game they're playing, and that is to turn your game into a fitness challenge. Choose an exercise and a metric to go by and combine the two. This is what combining looks like. If you're playing a shooter, then do a push-up for every death you got in the last round. If you're playing a game that doesn't have a lot of high numbers like, let's say, FIFA or Rocket League, well then just multiply that number times 10. Did the opponent score 3 goals on you in the last match? Well then do 30 squats. If you're playing a horror game, well then do 10 jumping jacks for every time you get scared. Playing VR chat? Do 10 lunges every time someone says something weird. Playing Thrill of the Fight? Well then, you don't have to do anything extra. That game's already hella tiring. Are you trying to punch yourself? Just calm down. Think of it like you're trying to come up with a drinking game, except instead of taking a shot, you're doing an exercise. And instead of getting drunk, you're getting ripped. Just try to have fun with it and definitely alternate the exercises that you're gonna do, because if you're gonna game every day, you should be picking a different exercise for that day's challenge. Let me know in the comments what challenge you come up with. Next up, we're gonna use channel points to redeem a certain number of reps of a specific exercise. If you're unfamiliar with channel points on Twitch, they're points that your viewers can accumulate by watching your stream and participating in chat. If you're not using them for anything creative, well then chances are your audience is sitting on a stockpile of points with nothing to use them on. So we're gonna change that. We're gonna give our viewers the opportunity to use their points to make us do a set number of reps of an exercise of your choosing. On my stream, viewers can exchange 1,000 channel points to make me do 10 push-ups or 10 squats. I limit the amount of times people can redeem this to 5 times each per stream. You can choose whatever exercise you feel comfortable with, but here's some suggestions of exercises that I think would work best. The reason I think these exercises work best is because they keep you in view while you're doing them. You want to avoid any exercises that put you on the floor out of view of your camera unless you have a second camera that shows you while you're doing them. The reason push-ups work on my stream is because the camera I use has a wide angle and people are still able to see me while I'm doing them. Now I highly recommend that you limit the amount of times that people can redeem this particular idea. But I will say that people love using these, and at least once per stream someone is making me do push-ups or squats. Just make sure that you make these a reasonable price for channel points. Speaking of price, you can also connect these to donations to give you a monetary incentive to do this. Totally up to you. If you don't want to use channel points, or if your platform doesn't have something like that, well then an alternative would be tying an exercise to a particular event on your stream, such as a new follower or a new subscriber. A friend of mine that goes by the name of the Ape Coach has a fitness channel on Twitch, and he incentivizes his audience to follow and subscribe by doing 10 burpees for every new follower and 30 burpees for every new subscriber. Now those are insane numbers, and after a huge gifted sub, he had to do something like over 500 burpees over the next several streams, but the dude's jacked, so he was fine, he didn't die. I would have died. In fact, try not to make these challenges something that's gonna kill you. Now, someone advanced like the Ape Coach can handle numbers like that, but your average streamer should keep in mind the potential for these numbers to get very high. So make your challenges something reasonable that's not gonna kill you. Because the moment that you decide that you're not gonna do what you said you're gonna do, then the whole thing becomes meaningless and your audience is not gonna care about it anymore. So make it reasonable and stick to it. All this working out can be very fun, but it's gonna get very tiring, so make sure that you're drinking water. In fact, we can even make drinking water one of our channel point ideas. Putting in a cheap one that simply says drink water or water break can be a good idea, and you'll be thankful for it. My viewers love to get me moving by making me do push-ups and squats, but it seems like someone always helps me out by redeeming a water break at the end of it. They must really care about me. Aside from the much appreciated water break after an exercise, just periodically reminding yourself to drink water is helpful and healthy. Make this one cheap so people can do it often. So we've exercised and we've drank water. So what's the natural progression from all this? Stretching. It's no secret that on this channel I like to stretch, and apparently you do too. So let's work in some stretch breaks with our channel points. We're gonna price these somewhere in between our water break and our exercising. For me, this is one of my favorite ones because it gives me an opportunity to teach my audience different stretches like I do on this channel. But for your average streamer who doesn't do this for a living, this is just a helpful, convenient way to stay limber during your stream. Another thing that I like about this one that I didn't really expect when I started it is that when I do a stretch on stream, my viewers usually do it with me. And at least someone always mentions how it helps or feels good. So that's cool. Are you noticing a trend here? These stretches and exercises and other activities do a fantastic job of interacting with your audience. It gets them engaged and makes them feel like they have a direct impact on the stream, like they can interact with you in a unique and fun way, and you have the added benefit of staying active and healthy. Win-win. If you have a standing desk, consider adding a channel point reward that has you transition from sitting to standing. I don't have a standing desk just yet, but I do have one on the way, and when I get it, you can expect some videos on the benefits of using one, stretches that you can do at a standing desk, and maybe even a desk tour. If you were thinking about getting a standing desk, or if you already have one but you have specific questions on different things regarding the topic, well then let me know in the comments so I can make sure to address all those things in the coming videos. I don't think that sitting all the time is a good idea, nor do I think that standing all the time is a good idea. But it can be difficult to remember to switch between the two when you're streaming and thinking about entertaining your audience, doing well in the game that you're playing, and everything else that goes on in your mind while you're streaming. So let your audience remind you with something like this. I would recommend some sort of time limit in between switching between the two because you don't want to be switching back and forth constantly. My last tip is to get creative and fun with it. Working out doesn't have to be doing a specific exercise. It can be anything that gets you up and active and your heart rate raised. Heart rate raised. It raises your heart rate. Throw in a dance party reward where you play a hype song and you use some sort of party light plugin in OBS and you just dance for 30 seconds straight. Or you could do that anytime someone raids the stream. If you have a pet, get them involved. Pick them up and do dog squats where you do a squat while carrying your dog. Like I said, get creative, get funny, involve your audience, profit. If you want to see how I incorporate these ideas, well then swing by Twitch where I stream 3 days a week and you can make me do some squats and push-ups and stretches and everything that I talked about because I use these ideas myself. I also have a Discord that's slowly growing, so come by there and share your thoughts on how we can push these ideas even further. If you like this video, then drop a like and subscribe and all that YouTube stuff. Honestly, I hate asking for it, but it really does help the channel. So until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.
We got a few wheels on this channel here. Let me catch my breath, and I'll explain. Every new follower forces me to have to do 10 burpees on stream. We're at 168 of our 200 follower goal, and we've been growing at a rapid rate.